They wore a mask and disrupted institutions worldwide. But was Anonymous a movement, a brand, or something in between? Anonymous is not a club with membership cards. It is an umbrella phrase people adopt online to coordinate around a cause. No formal leaders, no dues, just a set of loose norms and a shared aesthetic. That flexibility makes it unpredictable and resilient. It also makes authorship and responsibility hard to pin down. So when an operation appears, who actually decided it happened and why? The origins trace to imageboards, anonymous forums where users posted without names. Pranks and raids were common. People tormented online communities and staged virtual chaos purely for entertainment. The culture prized irreverence and surprise over ideology. That prank energy created tools, memes, and coordination habits that later became political. Then a leaked video and a corporate backlash transformed trolling into protest in a single headline. In 2008, the Scientology controversy sparked Project Chanology. After attempts to suppress a leaked celebrity video, online users organized global protests outside churches. They paired online pressure with masked street demonstrations. The Guy Fawkes mask became the visual shorthand, turning a formless swarm into a recognizable image. That pivot proved a single idea could jump from prank to public protest, and it taught the world a new playbook for attention. Think of Anonymous as a flash mob with code. People rally on public channels, propose an operation, and momentum decides whether it becomes official. There is no central command, only shared scripts, chat rooms, and viral messages. Channels range from image boards to encrypted messaging apps. That structure is fast and messy. It lets actions scale quickly, but it also makes verification and accountability a puzzle. Their tactics are straightforward and varied. Distributed denial of service to overwhelm sites, website defacement to post messages, leaks to publish documents, doxing to expose identities, and coordinated amplification across social platforms. They also surface open-source intelligence and push viral narratives. Each tactic serves a different goal, from spectacle to evidence, and each carries legal and ethical trade-offs that activists must weigh carefully. DDoS attacks often get framed as digital sit-ins. Supporters liken them to blocking an entrance. Critics call them criminal outages. Laws in many countries treat these attacks as illegal. The tactic forces attention by disrupting access, but it also blocks legitimate users and critical services. That friction raises the key question. Is disruption a legitimate form of protest when it risks harming uninvolved people? Leaks and doxing have produced powerful exposures and painful mistakes. Publishing internal emails has toppled reputations and revealed wrongdoing. Yet releasing names or private data risks innocent people and vigilantism. Once information spreads, harm can be irreversible. Those trade-offs force a moral calculation: expose wrongdoing quickly, or verify and protect bystanders first. The Steubenville case showed both sides. Online researchers uncovered social posts that helped prosecutors. Public pressure rallied for accountability and resulted in convictions. But the online swarm also risked misidentifying people and doxing bystanders. The case exposed how digital activism can fuel justice and mistakes simultaneously, and it became a cautionary story about speed without safeguards. Trust can break fast in leaderless networks. LulzSec and the figure known as Sabu illustrated that danger. After high-profile hacks, an apparent leader turned out to be an informant, helping the FBI make arrests. The fallout chilled many participants and showed how infiltration can dismantle decentralized action. It also forced a rethink about operational security in loosely organized movements. Exposing a security firm changed public debate. Hackers leaked emails from a company proposing disinformation campaigns. Those emails revealed how private contractors could influence narratives. The disclosure embarrassed powerful players and fed conversations about how information operations work. But it also blurred lines between legitimate whistleblowing and raw data dumps that require verification. Operation Payback mobilized after payment companies cut off WikiLeaks. Protesters targeted corporations they saw as censorship enforcers. The tactic shifted the battleground from websites to payment rails and raised the stakes of digital protest. Governments and prosecutors responded with legal pressure, That episode taught activists and companies one lesson: economic choke points can be as powerful as servers. During the Arab Spring, online actors supported local movements by exposing censorship and sharing tools. They helped protesters bypass surveillance and amplified footage worldwide. Those contributions mattered, but measuring their direct impact on street-level outcomes remains difficult. Digital support can be vital, yet digital gestures alone rarely replace organized, on-the-ground strategy. More recent actions include mass reporting campaigns against extremist accounts and attempts to unmask hate group members. Results vary. Platforms have improved moderation, but false positives occurred and innocent people were sometimes targeted. As hacktivism entered geopolitical conflicts, the lines between volunteer cyber brigades and state-backed efforts blurred. That shift changed the moral and legal landscape. Is Anonymous still active? The answer is complicated. The name resurfaces during crises, but the movement is fragmented. Multiple unaffiliated accounts claim the label. Platforms remove accounts tied to hacking, making continuity opaque. Reliable operations are those corroborated by independent researchers and established outlets. That means vigilance matters when you see an anonymous claim online. Media loves spectacle. A mask, a dramatic video, and a bold claim grab headlines. Journalists can amplify unverified narratives, which benefits opportunists. Sensational coverage can obscure who did what and why. That dynamic created confusion and sometimes harmed legitimate campaigns. So learning to differentiate spectacle from evidence became central to understanding digital activism. The big debates center on ethics and law. Is a DDoS a digital sit-in or property damage? When is doxing proportionate? Who answers for mistakes in a leaderless swarm? Without internal accountability, wrongs go unaddressed. Those questions forced courts, platforms, and activists to rethink rules and craft guardrails for online action. If you're organizing digitally, some practical rules help. Set clear goals and measurable outcomes. Verify evidence before you amplify. Prioritize tactics that minimize harm to bystanders. Collaborate with journalists and NGOs for legitimacy. Use lawful methods where possible and build crisis plans for backlash. These steps increase impact while reducing collateral damage. Security matters. Teach digital hygiene, use vetted secure intake systems for whistleblowers, and follow guidance from practical resources. Platforms like SecureDrop and the EFF offer concrete tools. Good operational security preserves credibility and protects sources. In a landscape of infiltrations and state-adjacent volunteer armies, these practices are not optional. What is Anonymous's legacy? It popularized decentralized protest, forced debates about digital civil disobedience, and amplified tech literacy among the public. It also taught a hard lesson. Symbols and spectacle can inspire action, but they cannot substitute for ethics and accountability. The future will feature more hybrid groups and AI-driven information campaigns, and the need for norms will only grow. Strip away the mystique, and a few truths remain. Decentralized networks can shape headlines. Spectacle can coerce institutions, but unchecked tactics can harm people and erode trust. If you care about effective digital activism, insist on evidence standards, harm minimization, and accountable anonymity. That is how protest keeps its moral force without becoming dangerous. And that is where our conversation about digital protest must go next. If this unpacked Anonymous clearly, like the video and subscribe for breakdowns of tech and protest. Comment with an operation you want explained next.